Now we can get started. So, welcome everyone. Today we're going to be doing a little, Am I the Asshole port. Thought that'd be a fun way to start this off. We haven't done it in a little while. So let us begin. And I'm going to get going right away with Am I the Asshole for the way I reacted to the guy I'm talking to telling me he possibly could have gotten one of his friends pregnant. Already a doozy. I, 21 female, have been talking to an old coworker of mine, 37 male, for about 2.5 months. I was not interested at first, but I agreed to let him cook dinner for me. We had to rain check. We started to talk more frequently, and I started to spark an interest. Last weekend, he spent the night. We watched movies, talked about life, and learned some more about each other. So my job is normally pretty chill, but for Tuesday, I have no words. So I thought about seeing... So my job is normally pretty chill, but as for Tuesday, I have no words. Okay, so I thought about seeing him, but I had a dentist appointment and he had work. I'm driving. As I'm driving, he sent out his daily snap of, "I hope you have an amazing day," to which I said my day was shit. He said his too, and that he'd gotten a phone call. I asked about what? Girl, this man proceeds to say his friend is pregnant, so I play dumb and go, "Is that a bad thing?" He responds, "Yes, because we hooked up a few times after me and my ex split." I just say, "I see." He says he doesn't want to ruin things between us. I had just arrived at my appointment by that time, so I half-swiped his message. I had dinner with my mom after, and I told her the situation and asked for her advice. Hold on, I can make this bigger on stream, so maybe people could actually possibly read what that says. That seems like it's better. Okay. Whew. I had dinner with my mom after and told her the situation and asked for advice. By the time I opened his message, it was about 7:30. I wasn't sure how to respond at first, but then what I thought was mature. God, learn how to write, people on Reddit. Please, I'm begging you. I wasn't sure how to respond at first, but then what I thought was mature said something along the lines of how I would like to discuss this in person. That I could come by after work if he wanted, but he left me on red and turned off his location, so I kind of snapped because he drops this news on me after a crap day and then ignores me. So I attack him and say, "Just forget it." He texted back while I was sleeping, saying he was already talking to his cousin about it. I randomly woke up at midnight, so I responded to him saying that he could have said that and apologized for snapping. He just gave a dry response, so I went back to bed. I'm still fuming when I wake up. It's like 2 to 3 p.m. by the time he wakes up. He says how he woke up to fighting is in his house, and I just say, okay. Please learn to punctuate. Please learn how to write words and how to punctuate. My God. He just says, okay, that it was basically, so I gave him another chance by sending another mature message. Yes, you sound very mature and level-headed. I completely agree that after your very mature first message and your just forget it message, you left another mature message. I mean, I'm sure even if it was, he couldn't read it because your writing is indecipherable. So by sending him another message about how I'd love to have a conversation in person with him, I gave the whole day to him and nothing. So on Thursday, I took him off Snap and have a great day, but in the back of my mind, I just keep thinking about why he won't have this conversation. I don't fold until Friday night. I send a mature, semi-rude Facebook message. That's a sentence. asking why he won't talk to me and why he just seems to be ignoring the subject, which seems to start an argument. So he responds saying how I haven't taken his feelings into consideration and only made it about myself, but the whole time I wanted to have a conversation. I don't care. I don't care. I get it. I get enough of it. Okay. So, let's try to TLDR this. They go out, they're having a fine time. They've been talking for about 2 months. Everything's going great. Then she has a shit day. They're having like a nonchalant conversation. She's like, my day is shit. He's like, my day's shit too. And she's like, why? And he goes, well, I may have gotten my friend pregnant who I hooked up with before we were dating. She then proceeds to not text him until 7:30 that night with a very mature message. And then he doesn't respond to her immediately, so she freaks out and is like, forget it. And, quote, attacks him. And the rest is just nonsense. So is she the asshole? Yeah, absolutely. Like, there's not even, like... it's so hard to even have a conversation about this one, because she's so obviously the asshole. Like, there's nothing wrong about being upset in this situation, right? Like, I understand being upset. You've learned that your boyfriend, before you were dating, got somebody pregnant, and now you kind of have to, like, process that information. Your boyfriend is going to have a child. Okay. I understand being upset about that. I understand, like, wanting to talk about that. But you waited hours to respond to the message. And then attacked him, your words, not mine, attacked him when he didn't respond to you immediately. This dude broke up with you, you just don't know it yet. That's what I'm getting. Because you send him the message, he doesn't message you back. You attack him for not messaging you back. He gives you a shitty response of like, oh, well, yeah, I was talking to my cousin, so I couldn't answer you right away. Sorry about that. And then you're like, well, we need to talk about this in person. And he ignores you. And then you send him a mature, semi-rude Facebook message. Again, your words, not mine. And he ignores it until it starts an argument again. This dude is broken up with you. You are no longer in a relationship with this man. Let's see what the comments said. Not the asshole, and girl, run away from this guy that is almost as old to be your Wait, what? Is that true? No. Yes and no. That age gap, 37 male, 21 female, is weird. That is, like, a little weird, but that's not old enough to be her dad. I guess, like, that's such a weird modifier. He's old enough to be your dad if he had a baby in high school. That doesn't work like that. I do agree that the age gap is weird. I don't know. And acting as if potentially having a child with another woman shouldn't ruin what you have between you. He's almost 40 years old. You just said that. Yeah. Having a child with someone you were previously with... Oh, let me make sure you can actually see the comment I'm talking about. Having a child from a partner that you were previously with is not that weird once you're an adult. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sure that you're, like, 12 or whatever, but, like, that's not that weird. for a 40-year-old. That is way less weird than the age gap between them. Not the asshole. This man is 16 years older than you and going and getting friends pregnant. What? He's too old to be getting people pregnant. 21 to 37 is kind of weird, but clearly this girl isn't really mature enough for a relationship with an older guy. Absolutely. Absolutely. J-Raptor, welcome to the stream, by the way. I completely agree with you. 21 to 37, I'm never going to say that's not weird. But this woman is not mature enough to be in this relationship. And neither are any of these people commenting. I think this is based as fuck. Can't claim yourself an adult while talking to a man solely on Snapchat. But I will have you know, okay? She's sending very mature, semi-rude Facebook messages. Okay? She is an adult and a mature adult who can send semi-rude, mature Facebook messages. Just let's make sure we got that clear. He's 16 years older than you, sounds wildly immature and has a messy life. Just walk away, not the asshole. I'd say that messy is a good word to describe what's going on in his life. Immature, I don't understand why people are like, he got a woman he had sex with pregnant. That's so immature. Like, what? What are you people talking about? A 37-year-old who is interested in a 21-year-old is a loser by default. Fucking nailed it. Grouchy kitten? Based as fuck. There's a reason women his own age aren't interested. That being said, I do get where he is coming from. Guy just finds out that he might be a dad, and the girl he's only kind of sort of dating-ish is making a huge thing about her. This is the kind of situation where you just back off if you're not serious. He needs to focus on his own life now. Grouchy Kitten is the most base person I've ever seen on Reddit. Alright. So, that's the court adjourned, fucking guilty asshole. I can't even say everyone sucks here. I can't say everyone sucks here because I don't think this guy sucks. I think this guy got really, like, life-altering news, and this 21-year-old, and, like, I'm sorry, 21-year-olds, this child he's dating goes, well, that makes me uncomfortable. Yeah, I'd bail too. If I was this guy. I cannot say everyone sucks here. I have to say, you're the asshole. Next. Okay. This girl's trying to make someone else's world-changing event about her. Absolutely. 100%. And it's insane. Okay, am I the asshole for not wanting fiance's mom... Fiance's... Why is there a space here? Fiance's mom to come to my parents for Christmas. Hey everyone, first time posting. Me, 31, and my fiance, 28. We're long distance and met at a school abroad. I'm still finishing the program. He has graduated and is working in the US and saving by living with his parents. We were planning to meet in the US for the holidays since I was going back to see my parents over the winter break. Over the break, we were going to make final wedding arrangements and plans while we are together and discuss with my parents who are paying for everything. I was so excited to see him and to spend time with him. We were planning to rent an Airbnb. Now, his mom has decided she wants to come. Okay. Before we go on, I'm going to say this. Parents of children who are in long-distance relationships, especially, but really any relationships, but long-distance relationship anyway. If your child and their long-distance partner are making plans to meet up, you can't come. You cannot come. This is for them to come, not you. This isn't about you. Stay away from it. Now we can continue. I feel so bad because I do like his mom, but she's kind of off. She's just a lot and tends to make everything about herself, but we do get along fine for the most part. Last time I saw fiancé was in August for 3 days. We were thinking of the trip would be a chance for our families to meet up before we got engaged, as is typical in my culture, and the meeting went well. But once we got engaged, even the day we got engaged, everything revolved around her and what she wanted to do. My parents said, oh, we will do something with fiancé's mom and get to know her, and you and fiancé can have the day to yourselves. But fiancé's mom didn't want to and wouldn't return my mom's texts. I couldn't help but think, I just am not sure she wants to be away from her son. But thought, nah, maybe she just wants to sightsee. I don't know. Me and fiancé were going to celebrate and meet with friends from school who just so happened to be in town for a wedding, and mom wanted to go. Fiancé said no and put his foot down on that, but she put up a bit of a fight and acted super sad when we left. Good for your husband. I was going to say, if your husband, or your future husband rather, is pushing back on you on that point, like, he's like, oh, why don't we just let my mom come with us? Why don't we just let my mom come to the hotel room and stay with us and whatever? That's a red flag, but it sounds like he actually pushed back on that, which is fucking good for you. Gosh, sounds like mom brain is saying, oh boy, my son is going to have a holiday. I'm gonna get to have a holiday too. Boy moms are so weird. Boy moms are so fucking bizarre. There's like such a weird entitlement, like when it comes to like these super clingy boy moms. I told him I'd prefer if she didn't come over the vacation. I will see him the 22nd through the 1st and told him that last time we didn't get time alone, but now his dad is going to their home country, Puerto Rico. Fiancé, mom, and dad have a rocky marriage. I hear about... Just got the lore drop of the century. I hear about how his mom tells fiancé about everything a lot, and he's in the middle of it all the time. I feel bad for her. I don't want her to spend Christmas alone, but also she has a daughter in PR, father, and other family. Maybe they're not close. I don't know. Also, like, this feels like a pattern. The parents have a toxic relationship, and I feel like it will inevitably bleed into mine. I don't know. Stop saying, I don't know. I understand you don't know. I guess I have 2 asshole questions. Let's broach these one at a time. Am I the asshole for not wanting her to come for Christmas? I haven't talked to fiancé about this since he told me she's going to try and come second time earlier today. I haven't talked to fiancé about this. She's going to try to come. Okay, No, you're not the asshole for not wanting her to come for Christmas. Like, I understand why she'd want to be there. I understand that, you know, it especially sucks since, like, she's apparently spending the holiday alone. But that kind of feels like her choice. And, like, you never get to see your fiancé. You're allowed to have alone time with your fiancé. Like, this is the thing that, like, drives me crazy, is these posts that are like, my fiancé, I only get to see for 12 minutes, like the fucking, like the goddamn end of Pirates of the Caribbean 3. I can only see my husband on the night of the eclipse, but only from midnight to 1 a.m. every 3 years, and for some reason his mom wants to come along. Am I an asshole because I want to see my fiancé without his mother? No, you're not. You're gonna be married, okay? I know you're doing long distance right now and you're still in school. You're gonna be married. You're gonna see his mom all the time. There's gonna be more Christmases. There's gonna be so many more Christmases. You're not an asshole for wanting one alone with your fiancé that you never get to see. It also sounds like fiancé is on the girl's side, so there's no problem. He's gearing up to cut contact with her too. Yeah, I think that does sound like where it's going. And good on him. Good on him for being like, no, my future wife isn't comfortable with that. You're not coming. 10 out of 10 husband points. Now the second part. Am I the asshole for feeling that unhealthy relationships between mom and dad will soon and son will affect my relationship with son? This is kind of what I was talking about earlier, where I was like, boy moms are fucking weird. Because it sounds like she's having a problem with her husband and going, oh, son, you are my only means of emotional support. Which is fucking weird. Don't bring your son, I don't care if he's an adult, don't bring your child into your weird marital issues. Absolutely not. Absolutely fucking not. Leave him alone. And yeah, of course it's going to affect your relationship. If your mother is relying on you to be her constant emotional support, which I guess is not exactly what the post says, but it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, right? If that's your entire emotional support, of course it's going to affect your relationship. Of course it is. My verdict is not the asshole. Absolutely not the asshole here. Let's see what Reddit says. Not the asshole. Set boundaries now and have fiance be strong with them, because if she does not follow them now, it will only get worse after you marry and take away her precious son. She is not welcome on your vacation. No is a complete sentence. I love that. I absolutely love that. No is a complete sentence. You may need to go to our Just Know MIL to see how toxic and enmeshed these relationships can be. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's absolutely the right call. Not the asshole, but this is something that you need to iron out before the wedding. You and your fiance have to be on the same page. It sounds like they are. It absolutely sounds like they are on the same page. Your relationship comes first. He has to set boundaries and make sure that you aren't seen as the bad one who doesn't want his mom at certain functions and private time. If you both don't nip this in the bud, you might see her around during your honeymoon. Yeah. Absolutely. And I was just going to say, so I watch a lot of trash TV. And me and my wife, we ended up watching, oh my god, what was the show called? Oh! It's like Boy Moms or something, isn't it? Haley! What's the name of the Boy Mom show? The show with the mother-in-laws that are insane. I'm in love with a mama's boy. That was it. And that's exactly where it leads to in so many of those cases. Is first they want to be involved in every aspect of the couple's lives. And then they're like, oh, so where are we going on our honeymoon, adult son and his wife-to-be? We had a similar confrontation with my mother-in-law-to-be. It's a tough conversation, but it's one you have to have. You absolutely have to hammer that out. I think everyone's pretty much on the same page here. Not the asshole, for sure. Reddit agrees, which is wild. But that's great news. Thanks, Reddit.